Entró Shuddha.
Sí.
Jai Sachidan.
Jai Sachidanand, dear
Jai
Shuddha.
Satchidanand, Shuddha. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Sachidanan, Luz,
Jai
Anila,
Satchidanand,
Gavi,
Shuddha. Jai Satchidanand,
Reinheld,
Shuddha.
Patricia, dear Rosie, Marcela, Sandra, Dave Dasi. Super. Wonderful.
Jai
Yes.
Satchidanand.
Sachidanan, Sachidanan.
Damian is there somewhere. Damian está ahora.
Diamond will come. And
Yesterday was Damian's birthday.
wow, okay. All
So
right.
if he appear.
All right, sure. Then you start, huh? Because,
Okay.
yeah, wonderful. Let us begin with our most precious Trimantra, huh?
Vamos a empezar con el más especial Trimantra. ¿Quién quiere cantar?
Gaby canta.
Gavi.
¿Quieres cantar?
Yes.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay.
Christian Jai Sachidanan. Yes.
Jai Satchidanand.
Yeah.
Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Sitanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vatsayanam. Namo Loye Savasaunam. Eso Pancha Namo Karo. Savapava Panachano. Mangalanam cha Savesim. Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitanand. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Sitanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vatsayanam. Namo Loye Savasaunam. Eso Pancha Namo Karo. Savapava Panachano. Mangalanam cha Savesim. Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitanand. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Sitanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vatsayanam. Namo Loye Savasaunam. Eso Pancha Namo Karo. Savapava Panachano. Mangalanam cha Savesim. Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitanand. Jai Satchitanand. Jai Satchitanand. Jai Satchitanand.
Jai Sachidanan.
Jai Satchitanand.
Wonderful, Gabi. Thank you. You know, And in an increasingly violent world that is manifesting, showing, obvious all around us, you see, everywhere in the world. Our highest namaskars to the ones who are present here, who are absolutely without a subatomic particle of violence inside them. See, you. So to all of you and all of us here in this satsang, our namaskars to this non-violent one, you see, this absolute non-violent one, you know. Outside, sorry, go on.
En un mundo, en este mundo con creciente violencia que nos rodea y nos muestra a todos todo el tiempo esta violencia, les doy los más elevados saludos a todos los que no tienen ni una sola subpartícula atómica de violencia, los absolutos no violentos.
And this energy of the non-violent one, hundreds of years ago, even a single one would make a lot of difference. Now there are hundreds of thousands of us on this earth of ours, you see.
Bueno, y estas personas absolutamente sin violencia ya creaban una energía que hacía una diferencia. Y ahora somos cientos de miles que estamos compartiendo esta energía.
Yeah. This energy is what we have been studying and experiencing in our series of satsangs in this particular special Dadavani called Gnata Drashta S, in other words, GDS, see, the GDS, and we are privileged to have even these words available to us in two languages, you know, which English, Spanish, that are not just translations, but they are absolute treasures as we read each of these sentences, you see. As we read each of these sentences, you know, we experience the result without any adjectives. There is nothing to say. It just keeps on accumulating within us, you see. It just keeps on being part of the light that we are, you see. We are this light. We are this light.
Yes. Esta energía, que es lo que estamos estudiando en los Dadavanis y los estamos experimentando en Satsang de Gnata Drashta, ese. Y en realidad somos unos bendecidos poder estar pudiendo compartir estos tesoros. Y leemos cada oración y experimentamos el resultado, sin el resultado, y no decimos nada, pero sí somos parte de esta luz.
We have zero Vikalp, Vikalp. That means anything that is associated with the I am, Tamiyan, I am, Kimochi. You see, that's called Vikalp. The original Vikalp, Vikalp, the original Vikalp is I am, I am, you see, I am, this is Vikalp, you see, Vikalp. So Vikalp means, V means we V means Kalp really means in the ultimate view, Kalp means imagination. You see, and I mean, it is associated with imagination. I am this, I am Kimochi, I am Shuddha, I am Marcela, a is the fundamental imagination in the wrong field, I eo so amapura, soya amapura, that is nirvikalp, means there is zero vikalp, there is no entry into any kind of belief, imagination, and complications of it all, you see. Hmm?
Ujú.
Mm.
Bueno, acá dice que podemos estar acá porque tenemos cero Vikalp. Vikalp es la asociación con lo mío, con la creencia de que yo soy Kimochi, Shuddha, Marcelo. Esa es la parte fundamental de la imaginación, en el campo erróneo, cuando en
Mhm.
realidad somos alma pura.
Mhm. We know in terms of what is happening in current days, uh, we know, some of us may know that the drones have hit Moscow and St. Petersburg, you see. So now we can predict that there is now further escalation of the war between uh, Russia and Europe now, not just Ukraine. You see, so we see this we see this unfolding in front of us. You see, we see we have seen in our own very life, in this life, we have seen the progression of war and destruction of humanity in front of us. You see, and here we are standing. As Arjun, as the ultimate receiver of this knowledge with Lord Krishna, our Dada Bhagwan, our absolute Amapura, seeing this right in front of us, you see, seeing this happening right in front of us.
Bueno, sabemos que de acuerdo a lo que sucede en el mundo, ¿no? Que los drones ya están alcanzando Moscú y San Petersburgo, no solamente Ucrania. Y vemos cómo esto va desenvolviéndose. Vemos todo lo que sucede, ¿no? Una destrucción frente a nosotros. Es como Arjuna vio la
Yes.
guerra y Krishna le estaba mostrando, ¿no?
Mhm.
Krishna, Dada Bhagwan.
Yeah.
Y nosotros así estamos viendo lo que sucede frente a nosotros.
So there is this very famous word, I will give it to you in the chat. It's called Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is the war field. It was millions of armies on both sides, and there was Lord Krishna and Arjun on one side. You see, millions. Army all ready to now war, and then the message of the Lord comes just in time in terms of what the war happening. You see, the war is about to begin. You see, you know, about to begin. Well, that was then. Right now, the war has begun a long time ago. Ever since we grew up as mature adult human beings in this world, especially in the last decade or so, we have seen the unbelievable destruction of humanity, you see.
Ujú. Eh, Kurukshetra es el
Kuru,
campo de
Kuru,
batalla.
Kurukshetra,
Kuru,
Kshetra,
Kuru,
Kshet,
Kurukshetra,
yeah.
yes. Es el campo de batalla, ¿no? Y es lo mismo que cuando Krishna y Arjuna estaban a un costado y el mensaje del Lord llega justo cuando está por empezar la batalla. Y es una gran guerra la que se va a desatar. Nosotros estamos viendo eso.
Yeah, you see, this the Kurukshetra is not this. That's like outside. Yeah, the Kurukshetra, my friends, this field of war, this field of war, this field in which the war can break out at any time exists within every human being. Every human being of this world of Kali Yuga, it exists within them. You see, and and little things, little thing happens and you get excited inside. That is the field where the excitement and the internal violence begins. The internal violence begins with the view, with the view, the power. You see, you know, you know, kill him, kill them, get rid of them. These people are evil. You see, these people are wrong. Uh, so the fundamental seed of violence begins with the Vikalp. You see, with this I am Kimochi, I am Gabi, you see, or I am Reinhild, you see. Now, then, then there is no telling where this war, and we have little wars within us, but where these wars end, whereas this view of ragdvesh, attachment and abhorrence, use is precisely what we used to throw us into the next life, even as this life is consumed in the suffering of the effects from past life. You see, so you're thrown into the next life, and the cycle continues. Now, therefore, it is the miracle of all miracles that you and I sit here in this satsang, you know, and gather every week ever since our Gnan Vidhi, having become perfectly non-violent. Perfect non-violence is only in the Amapura. It doesn't exist anywhere else. This is the perfect non-violence. And this is who we are. And this is, and only from here we begin to see the field. The kshetra, field means the kshetra. We see the field, and we see the Marianachis, these formed complexes, now going through the actions of fighting and making up and fighting and loving each other and fighting. This, I want you to know, all of us are experiencing the absolute separation from this that is happening within Christian, within Anila, within Luz, within Damian. He said, this is happening. This is happening. This, this is what we have been deeply discussing here uh, through the words of our dearest Dada.
Yes.
Mhm. Mm.
Eh, bueno, existe Kurukshetra, es el campo de batalla, es la guerra. Y esta guerra está dentro de cada uno de los seres humanos. Y comienza en la visión interna, ¿no? De decir, bueno, esta persona es diabólica, está equivocada. Es la visión, comienza con la visión de Vikalp, de creer que yo soy Patricia o Kimochi o Shuddha. Es el apego y la aversión que nosotros estamos generando también para la otra vida. En la otra vida también continúa este ciclo y así continúa el ciclo. El milagro es que nosotros estemos ahora en Setsan en perfecta no violencia. Y esto es lo que somos, no violencia. Vemos el campo de guerra, esta forma del cuerpo, del complejo, este, son las que pelean, son las que aman, pero vemos esta separación, todos experimentamos la separación y eso es lo que está sucediendo y sucede por la gracia de Dada.
You see? So, we proceed further now, and let me share with you the the next heading. You see?
Continuamos y vamos a compartir el próximo título.
Now, let me just look up and see where we was. We had finished the 5 Agnas. And after, our last heading was that through the 5 Agnas, we go into 5 Agnas leads 5 Agna. When they become natural, you are now the knower, seer, in exactness. 5 Agnas leads to this naturalness, you see. Natural seeing and knowing, natural knower and seer.
Ahora vamos a continuar con las cinco agnas, que para volvernos a ser el natural conocedor y el que ve.
So, this is one higher up, but we need to go here. So hold on, let me just. Yes, page. The Keval Gnani. So this is the one, page 81 today. The Keval Gnani continuously remains in the state as the knower seer.
El Keval Gnan permanece continuamente en el estado como el que conoce y el que ve.
Keval Gnani, okay, not Keval Gnan, Keval Gnani, the one.
El Keval Gnani permanece continuamente en el estado como el que conoce y el que ve.
And Keval Gnan, Keval means absolute, Gnan is your knowledge of the self.
Yes.
Yes, so Keval Gnani is the one who is in absolute knowledge, you see.
El Keval Gnani es el que tiene el absoluto conocimiento.
Sometimes it is also called Kevali, 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 you see. But with the Keval Gnani, the word Gnani is special because this Keval, it applies to very special human beings like Dada, Niruma, etc. Is it? Dada, especially Dada.
A veces dicen Kevali para referirse a esto, pero cuando dicen Keval Gnani es para personas muy especiales como Dada, Niruma, especialmente Dada.
Questioner, now, when this Jagruti as the pure soul and the state as the knower seer prevails, at that time I experience that I am completely different entity and feel peace and tranquility. Now, as you know, these are not words of anyone else. These are the words that Dadashri has spoken, and Mahatmas are sitting together with Dada and saying, Dada, please explain these words that you spoke.
Bueno, acá le están pidiendo a Dada que explique cómo es esto. Esta es la pregunta. Le están pidiendo que explique. Entonces dice, ahora cuando prevalece este Jagruti como el alma pura y el estado como el que conoce y el que ve, en ese momento, yo experimento que yo soy una entidad completamente diferente y siento paz y tranquilidad.
So, you see, it is a completely different entity. Zero identification, zero comparison, zero awareness of this other entity, which is called the Pudgal or the Prakruti or whatever, what we call in our language file 1, or the relative world.
Acá se refiere a una entidad completamente diferente, ¿no? Cuando dice que está separado y tiene la experiencia, ¿no? De la paz y la tranquilidad. Es una entidad completamente separada a la mente, el habla, el cuerpo del file one.
Yeah, right. Now this peace and tranquility uh, uh, is not exactly what the other said in Gujarati. What he said is Thandak. Thandak. Uh, okay. So say you have been walking in the hot sun and you're sweating, you're tired, you're thirsty, etc. And finally you entered your home where it's air conditioned, you see, and nice. So as soon as you come inside, what you feel is this coolness, and associated with it is the sense of calmness and tranquility. Outside, you were struggling in the sun, wondering when you can get out of it, you see. Mhm. So,
Ujú.
so this Thandak is equated to there's nothing else. The other, because the other, this is the experience of Keval Gnan is causes brings Thandak. How do I say this in our world? We just described it, when you are out of this horrible stuff that is happening in this world, and even if you're away, like in Argentina, nothing is happening there like what we described, but you still have all the struggling people and people's the world of Kashais, and yet you have come home and there is a sense of Thandak, there is a sense of uh, being completely different. Being completely different and associated with peace and tranquility. That is all I could, feel, as was appropriate here. But I wanted to kind of qualify it. Go on. Mhm.
Bueno, Thandak, ¿no? Es ¿qué quiere decir esto cuando se refiere ahí a la completa paz y tranquilidad? Y Thandak es la palabra, imagina que caminas sobre la arena caliente, entonces estás caminando y llegas a tu casa con sed, calor, cansancio. Entras y está el aire acondicionado encendido. Inmediatamente te sientes calma y tranquilidad, ¿no? Y esta es la experiencia del Keval Gnan, Thandak. Es un
Yeah,
ejemplo esto, ¿no?
yeah.
Nosotros estamos fuera de todo lo que sucede de la guerra, de los Kashais, estamos en una completa diferencia,
Uh-huh.
diferente estado.
Yeah. So what it is what you can see is, you see, so, well, now the initial words are defined. Now let's go what the Adashri says. The
Bueno,
Adashri
vamos
now, the
a ver
Adashri
lo que
says,
dice Dada.
of course you will feel that. You feel as if it's an altogether different matter indeed. And you experience tremendous peace and tranquility. That is known as the peace and tranquility of absolute knowledge, Keval Gnan. Some Mahatmas may be able to experience this peace and tranquility of Keval Gnan. Some. For many of our Mahatmas, often such moments arise within, and they even say, I am the real state as absolute knowledge. I am the real state. I am the real state as absolute knowledge. Oh, Keval Gnan Swarup Chu. They can say that because for some moments one does become Keval Gnan Swarup. a fractional part of this Keval Gnan Swarup has arisen. Now as the karmic debts get cleared up inside, and as the karmic overdrafts are paid off, all of this will be understood. You see, all of this will be understood.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Dadashri.
Mm-hmm.
Por supuesto que tú sentirás eso. Tú sientes como si fuera algo totalmente diferente y experimentas una paz y una tranquilidad tremendas. Eso se conoce como la paz y la tranquilidad del conocimiento absoluto, del Keval Gnan. Algunos Mahatmas pueden experimentar la paz y la tranquilidad del Keval Gnan. Para muchos de nuestros Mahatmas a menudo surgen esos momentos en su interior e incluso dicen: yo soy el estado real como conocimiento absoluto. Hu Keval Gnan Swarup Chu. Puedes decir esto porque durante algunos momentos uno se convierte en Keval Gnan Swarup. Ha surgido una parte fraccionaria. Ahora, a medida que despejen las deudas kármicas en el interior y se paguen los sobregiros kármicos, todo se comprenderá.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see, this is, you see, Dadashri, in these simple words that our dear Patricia has read, okay, and makes it so simple and experiential. This is beyond the comprehension of the world out there. These are the special ones who are getting absolute, coming closer and closer, the special enlightened ones, you and I in this satsang, and countless others in everywhere in the world. Okay, we especially in this satsang, through these words of our Dadashri, are getting fixed, getting higher inside, stabilizing inside in at a different solid structure, you see. We are on solid foundation, but this solid foundation is associated with increasing light of awareness of what, increasing light of awareness of who am I in all of this? Who am I here? You see, Keval Gnan Swarup Shiva. I am only the state of absolute, state as the absolute knower, seer only. Absolute knowledge. Absolute knowledge is higher than just seeing and knowing. Absolute knowledge is absolute knowledge, you see.
Ujú. Dice que la simple experiencia va más allá de toda comprensión. Y nosotros ahora en este satsang, dentro nuestro, están elevándose esta comprensión, esta experiencia. Y es un sólido fundamento asociar la luz de la conciencia eh, de quién soy, ¿no? Y soy absoluto conocimiento y visión.
Yeah. So you see what has happened is first Dada speaks about himself only, his state, the state of the Gnani Purush. You see? And then
Es el estado del Gnani Purush.
yes, so now, and then immediately Dada goes into that is exactly what is happening to you too. Of course, he says that you will get to that, you will come to that point, you see. You will come there, you will feel that and this is the product of being with Dada, being with the Kevad Gnan Swarup.
Mm,
So being with the Kevad Gnan Swarup, and that Kevad Gnan Swarup, that Dada exists within all of us right now. He has taken a permanent seat within all of us as Dada Bhagwan, you see. So Vitrag Bhagwan, you want to call him Vitrag Bhagwan. Hey, Vitrag Prabhu, 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 oh Vitrag Lord, you see. So whatever words you want to use or whatever words come on your tongue, this is fine. This is the one who is within. So, essentially, just being with Dada, it uh, the same peace and tranquility and Thandak begins. You see, that begins as an experience. It's no longer an understanding. It's no longer a darshan. Mm-hmm.
Em, dice que es el estado del Gnani Purush, ¿no? Es este estado exacto, es lo que dice Dada, ¿no? Es lo que te sucede y seguirá sucediendo e incrementando, ¿no? Y es estar en la presencia de Dada. Es Keval Gnan Swarup. Dada está dentro de cada uno de todos nosotros, y es el Vitarak Lord Prabhu. Con cualquier palabra que nos expresemos o que salga de nuestro interior en esta conexión con Dada, esta es la experiencia y esta experiencia va más allá del conocimiento y del ver.
Mm-hmm. And you see, now there is this, all of us have gone into great detail about this awareness, this new awareness of who am I, you see. It's called Jagruti and the Laksh, and the Bhan and the experiential awareness as the pure soul and the state. You see, so there is on the one side, there is the awareness, and the other side, and along with it is the state, is the state as the knower seer. So the state, and then now when these two prevail, and that means it is prevail here means it is prevalent. In other words, that's the main. That is the main thing that is happening within. That is the main energy. That is the main entity that now we have arrived at. Okay. Then this is the result. The result is what the other describes as the experience, and the other she says we too will feel that. And now what he says is that some Mahatmas do feel this. You see, so in a whole sea of Mahatmas, there are those who are just entering this ocean of tranquility and the Anant Sukh Nudham, the abode of eternal, infinite bliss. You see, there are those who have just entered, and then there are those like all of us who are, well ahead on the way of going so much deeper into the deeper parts of the ocean of bliss, you see. So you see, this is all, Dada calls it, this is, and some of them are already experiencing this Thandak, you see. And in fact, I would even dare to say that many of them here, most of us here, are experiencing this Thandak, you see.
Ujú. Dice, este nuevo conocimiento sobre quién soy, está la experiencia y el estado del conocedor y del que ve. Y cuando esto prevalece, alcanzamos el mismo resultado que de Dada, ¿no? Es la experiencia. También esta experiencia, la vamos en el mar de los Mahatmas, ¿no? Estamos en paz y tranquilidad, porque estamos dentro de esa dicha de lo que alcanzamos, de lo que Dada nos entregó. Algunos profundizamos en este mar y experimentamos la dicha, y algunos experimentan el Thandak.
Not only that, my friends, but you see, we this Dada says one does become Keval Gnan Swarup, okay? One does. Why? Because has begun. And the Keval Gnan, absolute knowledge, began in the Gnan Vidi. It didn't, it began in the Gnan Vidi. And that is called the experience of the Amapura, you see. That was 2%. You see, 2% experience of Amapura. It was not 2% experience of Amapura only, like Amapura as we know. It was the experience, 2% experience of absolute Amapura, the absolute pure self, you see. Experience of pure self uh, uh, leads to the beginning of the end of this world as we know, you see. The world of kashais and wars and, pleasures followed by a lot of suffering, you see. Pleasure and suffering, 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 you see, etc. Experience of Amapura.
Ujú. Entonces, alcanzamos esta experiencia del alma pura, que en realidad esto comenzó en el Nanvidi con el 2% de la experiencia absoluta del alma pura. Y esto nos lleva al fin de los kashais, de buscar el placer, del sufrimiento.
You see, so then it makes sense, because if the seed that was planted, in the Gnan Vidi was barren, in other words, it won't produce results, then nothing will happen, you see. But the seed of Keval Gnan, you see, absolute knowledge, experience that has been planted, not only planted, but it already was such that it had sprouted into by 2%. In other words, it was a sprouted seed. It's like giving, even if you give someone a small pot with a tiny little plant, you know, it
Ujú,
means a lot, because it's not just a tiny little thing. It is everything. It has the potential to become a whole big tree, you see. So,
ujú. Yes, dice que ahora tiene sentido, ¿no? El resultado, no solo la semilla fue plantada en el Lanvidi, porque al tener el 2% de experiencia, esta semilla ya tenía un tamaño, ya se había convertido en una pequeña planta, y esta pequeña planta tiene el potencial del gran árbol.
And you see now, now in this particular level, at this level of experience, the Dadashri says, Mahatmas can now say it. When do Mahatmas say it? It is no longer reading it in the Charan Vidhi. It is, my friends, and with experience, with the precise experience that you and I are saying, I am the overseer only. I am I I see and know. And on top of that, we all of us do say, I am only the overseer. I'm only the overseer. You see? So in all of this world of Marcela or Yaya or Gabriel, I see Gabriel's world. I see Cecilia's world, you see. But I see and know the world of Cecilia. You see, that is the only one that I am. That is the only one that I am. So are you not Cecilia? Then if you really want to give a correct answer, I see Cecilia disintegrating. I see her slowly dying. I see her temporary state. I see, I see a very slow moving movie towards the dissolution, towards the end of this that I'm saying, you see. Saying this, and then, but my saying will continue. My saying will continue. Shuddha will be no more, but my saying is, I'm here. I'm always here. I'm not going anywhere. You see, so you see this is the fundamental sentence with which it all begins, you see. And many of us are saying that. We are not saying it because it's a sentence in the Charan Vidhi. We're saying it because that is our experience, you see. It is happening. Huh?
Ujú.
Mm.
El nivel de experiencia es de yo soy el que ve y el que conoce solamente. Entonces puedo preguntar, dice, veo a Gaby, a Cecilia y su mundo, ¿no? Lo veo y lo conozco.
Mhm.
Entonces le pregunto, ¿sos Cecilia? Y dice, la veo en su temporal estado, moviéndose hacia el fin de lo que veo y continúo estando y no voy a ningún lado. Eh, lo
Mhm.
decimos, eh, lo decimos nosotros en este verbo.
Mhm. Mhm. You see, is this here in terms of a fractional part of it has arisen, you see. This fractional part is of the self, you see. The self is complete, total, full, okay? The self itself has no fractions, but the fractional part is being gained by the one who previously used to say, I am Gabi. I'm Gabi,
Ujú.
you know. It is that one is now saying Yosamapura. Now after 5, 6 years, now this one is now saying 5 or 10 years, why saying, I'm absolute Amapura. I am Keval. I'm only Keval Gnan. I'm only Keval Gnan. So this one, all of this is happening to you and I who were absolutely ignorant, entered knowledge in the Gnan and now are coming uh, behind Dada, just kind of coming close, following Dada, where, this Dada is now showing us the view from Mount Everest, but we are not yet when reached the peak. You see, we, we see everything as it is, you see. Mm.
Bueno, dice que solo soy Keval Gnan, ¿no? Y como entramos ignorantes a Gnan Vidi y al estar cerca de Dada, él nos muestra el Everest, y aunque por ahí no hayamos llegado al pico, podemos ver.
Mhm. And now from now onwards, for all of us, as two things, karmic debts
Mm,
and karmic overdrafts, you see. Debts is a subtle difference. Debt is what you had created, what you owed, and then overdraft is what you have taken on loan, you see, which you haven't paid back. Usually you take loans for pleasure. You want to buy a house, you want to do, buy something that you want, you say that you want to enjoy. And the bank will say, okay, now pay up, you see. And if you can't pay up in the last life, then now you have created an overdraft, you see, which needs to be paid off, you see. And Dadashri says usually the body pains, all the physical difficulties that arise in old age are overdrafts that were taken in the last life, you see. Loans of pleasure, you see. Yeah.
wow, igual. ¿Por dónde empiezo? Estas deudas kármicas, que traemos de otra vida, bueno, y ahora hay que pagarlas, ¿no? Y son obviamente creadas, para buscar placer, para tener una casa, para tener sí, buscar placer. Y si no las pagas, las vas a tener que pagar, y todo esto se transforma en problemas físicos, y todo por ir a buscar placer, crear estas deudas.
Mhm. You see, if somebody kicks you and you fall down and you're injured, well, you know, immediately you blame him. And it's difficult not to blame him. Whereas, if you are walking and there's nobody around and you fall down and you get the same injury, there is no one to blame, you see. But ultimately you know, both are limits. Maybe there was something on the pavement that you could not see and you tripped, you see. So both are limits. The little uh, edge on the pavement that was protruding, or the man who comes and gives you uh, 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 a bodily shove, shoves you. Both are limits. You see, it's limits. These are limits, but these are, you have to spend time in the hospital or maybe in physical therapy, etc., to get better. But this healing part, the pain part, is the result of overdraft, and the healing uh, is associated with this knowledge that the injury happened, but the healing is natural. The healing happens naturally.
Eh, por ejemplo, alguien viene, te pega, caes, te duele y lo culpas. O por ahí estás caminando solo, te caes y también buscas a alguien para culpar. Así es como funcionan el File One, dice. Y solo son limits, ¿no? Aunque te hayas caído, te hayas tropezado solo, todo es un limit, no hay nadie a quien culpar, porque todas estas son deudas que quedaron y por supuesto hay que pagarlos. Y cuando viene el dolor, después la sanación es natural.
Yeah. So, again, all of these things, you see, they don't immediately, as soon as the files are over, you don't immediately feel um, this bliss and tranquility, but it begins with the understanding. This is a fantastic understanding that a major payment has been made. You see, a major debt has been cleared, or or an overdraft, and this is a result of overdraft. There's no one to blame. This this is pleasures on borrowed loans. You see, borrowed in the past life, and now they are being paid off. So it is associated with an understanding that is really healing and giving you the energy, the Mahatma, the energy. It's leaving. It's healing. It's healing. It's healing. You see. So this is a very beautiful word for us to apply, that it's all healing, you see. And it's all healing. There is not, this is trauma that's healing, you see. The trauma happened then, now it's all healing. Whereas but the people of the world will say, I am now suffering from post-traumatic stress, you see.
Yes.
I've been too traumatized. I've been very traumatized. Yeah. Mm.
Yes. I know what you talk about. Oh, em, Entonces dice, este entendimiento de las grandes deudas que traemos de otra vida, se tienen que pagar, ¿no? Y nadie, absolutamente nadie es culpable. Cada uno viene con sus cuentitas y las tiene que pagar.
Mm.
Y bueno, pero entonces surge la sanación, ¿no? Que es una energía maravillosa, la sanación. Y bueno, cuando sucede, bueno, es el drama de lo que sucedió, mira lo que pasó, el drama, y después dicen que sufren estrés postraumático.
Mm. Yeah, and so this, you see this here, this healing part is the natural consequence of the rising experience of the self, you see. Without the experience of the self, it is impossible to heal this world, my friends. The world does not heal. It gets, it only, it heals physically, and yet the trauma, the mental trauma inside and the complications of the mental trauma continue to multiply, you see. Never gets healed, you see. The true healing is comes through the light of the self, is in knowledge. True healing, true healing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, this is very important. Sorry, I'm writing down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. El drama, ¿no? Que sufro, no, perdón. Esta sanación, que viene del ser es absolutamente natural, es una energía absolutamente natural. El drama puede continuar con los pensamientos, pero solo se va a diluir en la luz del ser, en la verdadera luz del ser.
Mm-hmm.
Eso es lo que sana.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Marcela.
Jay Sachitana Chura.
Yes, Sachidan.
Quisiera saber si nos llevamos también esos odios étnicos que he visto mucho últimamente. La gente tiene odio hacia a otras razas, odio hacia ciertas religiones, detesto a tal o cual organismo. ¿Nos llevamos eso con nosotros hacia una siguiente vida, esos odios étnicos o religiosos que tenemos por los otros? Esa es la
Ah,
pregunta.
Pues, si querés, puedo
bienvenido, feliz cumpleaños.
Muchas gracias.
Thank
He
you,
wants to
Rami.
know,
Uh-huh.
if we take to other life all the hatreds we have towards others, all these ethnic hatreds that when you say I hate this or that ethnic people.
Would it take other lives, more lives to complete, be
No,
free?
if we take that hateness to other life, to the next life.
No, not now, no more now, not for us, okay? Marcela, this is, Shuddha discusses some of these things to kind of put it all in the perspective of our relative reality, the relative world that we live in, you see, in terms of this current time. So he talks about all of this, and also to give you an idea of this this world that is burning, you see, fire everywhere, all over. It's not just in Ukraine or in Iran or wherever. It is everywhere, you see. If it is not physically burning in terms of the physical burning in Iran, it is burning in the insides of the people who have delivered this pain. So it is burning. In fact, they've covered it up. They can't see it, you see, but it's burning. It's burning everyone. It not only burns the one who gets hurt, but it burns the one who delivers this pain, you see. There is no escape, you see. Now,
Ujú.
so yes, for us, that is why each one of us here is worth, truly, each one of us within each is really worth worshipping, You say, my highest namaskars to each one of us here who have become free, who have become part arihant, they have become free from violence. They have free from their inner enemies. You see, these inner enemies is the reason why all of this burning continues. You see, so where you are absolutely free, my dear Marcela. Nothing is going to come. None of this in. And everyone in some corner or the other is aware of, is there any intense hate or abhorrence existing? And it can be seen. You can see it. It may be covered up, but you can see it. Nothing remains hidden in the light of the self. Nothing can ever remain uncovered. This light is so powerful that it lights up the darkest little corner of this home of ours. You see, and we can see that anything with this awareness. If anything like this persists, that seeing it now at this level, just continuing to see it, that this 95% of it is cleared up, it is not coming out, it is not resulting in a new bhav of violence, and a new view of revenge, in a new view of getting back. You see, yeah, we are done. In fact, it is associated with the blessing of compassion, you see, for whoever was involved in the activity. You see, you see what I mean? So, Marcella,
Yes.
yeah, it doesn't get carried away. It does get carried away for everyone else. It is because they are cemented in the belief that I am Marcella, I am Damian. You see, I am the Vikalp, you see, the fundamental Vikalp.
Ujú,
That is the that is the original fracture. You see, that is the complete fracture of the relationship between you and Marcella. You see, you and Marcella, your relationship was absolutely fractured. You see, now initially it is Marcella is too close to you, too much near to you in all of these things, and then now as the light keeps on increasing, you begin to see much more of Marcella. That light that is yours, which is free from the intellect, begins to see the intellect, the ego, and the reactions of everything that is happening inside. So, and the more you see it, the higher you rise, and this one cannot come with you. This is no longer attached, so it doesn't come with you. It cannot touch you. You see. And the entire series of satsangs that we've had over the years just kind of completely lets us, you and I, see in our exact vision, darshan, and also now in the experience of it all, you see, increasing experience of the self, you see. So, in fact, to the point where, it reaches spashed or clear experience. And when you say, I am only the seer and knower of this, you say, I only see and know. Uh, you you are you are at the level of complete self-experience. Clear and distinct experience of the self. Only, you know, and this is the fraction that Dada is talking about in today's satsang, you see. Sorry, go on.
ujú. Em, dice no, no, a tu pregunta sobre el llevar a otras vidas este odio de las razas, religiones y todo esto, dice no, no lo vas a llevar, no para nosotros, porque eso es lo que sucede en el relativo, en este mundo que se está quemando. No solo este
Sorry, go on.
es físico, está en el interior, este, es algo físico y que está en el interior de todos, incluso para aquellos que no solamente para los que están en la guerra, nosotros también, es ver las personas que producen esto, los que lo sufren y los que entregan este dolor.
Mhm.
Eh, mm, no, aquí no. Acá sigues libres, los Mahatmas están libres, están libres de enemigos, y puedes estar cubriendo algo, o algo puede estar cubierto, pero con la luz del ser, puedes iluminar y ver absolutamente todo. Y el 95% está limpio y no resulta, y esto es el resultado de la lo que no está limpio es que no se resolvió la visión de la venganza o la revancha. Pero con la mirada de la compasión, por todos estos seres que están involucrados en este horror. Eh, se- y todo esto sucede, los que están involucrados es por la creencia del Vikalp, de creer que son lo relativo. Eso es lo original de Vikalp, ¿no? Lo que fractura. Es pero cuanto más luz tienes, más ves a Marcela, ves su intelecto, su ego, sus reacciones, más, no vienen a ti estas cosas, porque tienes el exacto darshan, y la experiencia del ser va creciendo. Entonces con la experiencia puedes ir limpiando, ves y solo ves y conoces. Entonces tu estado del ser va elevándose, va cambiándose.
Patti, a Marcela le preocupa a su archivo 2, que tiene un odio profundo por una etnia en este mundo, en realidad. Esa
Ujú.
era mi pregunta específicamente. Él tiene un odio parido, como decimos acá en Chile, por una etnia y no sé, la verdad es que me siento impotente para sacarle eso, no. Eso era, digamos, me preocupa mucho su odio.
Ujú.
Eso.
Eh,
No se
je-
va a clarificar
she-
porque no es más, él no se va a
she-
clarificar porque no es más alma. ¿Qué luz
she-
le podemos dar a él, por Dios?
She's worried about she do this question because she's worried about her fight too, because he has a terrible hatred to some ethnia, race, and she knows that he didn't got the Gnan Vidi, and he want, but she wants to help him in some way.
Mhm. And so the helping is directly through your energies, you know, not the energies of Marcella. There are two different separate entities. The energy of Marcella are scientific, circumstantial, evidence-based. Your energies are eternal and very powerful. They are infinite. So your energies are in direct connection with not him, with his hate, his issues, but Amapura, who is flawless. His Amapura is flawless. And Amapura doesn't have any such hate or, kashais. Now, Amapura, that is the Lord, O Lord within him. You know, please grant him the energy and the vision to see it as it is. You see, please be there for him. All of these things. Don't even go towards the relative part. And just
Mhm.
please, because every human being brings his own burden in life with him or her, and leaves with that burden, with a new burden or unresolved burdens in this life. You see, only the ones who whose time is now ready to become free from all of this burden get to hear these words of the Gnani, you see, and experience them.
Dice,
Mm-hmm.
de tus
Mm-hmm.
energías, no las de Marcela, que son infinitas, las tienes que dirigir al alma pura de él, que es libre de toda culpa. No, su alma no, el ser puro no tiene calláis, ¿no? Entonces sí dices, oh Lord, dale tu energía, acompáñalo, guíalo. No vas por lo relativo.
Mhm.
Cada uno trae su propia carga y también cargamos las nuevas y también las que no resolvemos para la próxima vida. Así que este es desde tu ser, tu alma pura hacia la alma pura de tu Fight Loss.
And you know, this ethnic way hate, and there is a lot of that in the US, but it's there all over the world. It was there in the Second World War, it's there everywhere, you know, in all parts of the world. This ethnic hate is a result. It is the causes are laid in ignorance in previous life, you see.
Ujú.
The causes are laid, the same person in this life gets wonderful treatments and seva from somebody of that ethnicity. Everything changes, you see. In other words, these are all temporary phases. You see, these are situational uh, um, effects that people believe to be real, you see, and they get involved in it. So no matter how much you may hate that person, but if that person does something wonderful for you, you know, your view changes, you see. And then if enough of his friends start doing wonderful things for you, then he'll say, no, 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 this is wrong. You know, it's wrong to blame the entire group of people of that ethnicity, you see. Hmm?
Yes. El odio étnico es algo que es antiguo, ¿no? De hecho, la Segunda Guerra Mundial, producto de la ignorancia, surge la Segunda Guerra Mundial, que era un odio étnico, religioso. Pero bueno, después las cosas van cambiando, ¿no? Hay personas, o sea, podés nacer en una raza, una forma, y bueno, eso es una fase temporal. Este, creyendo que son reales, te involucras. Pero si estas personas hacen algo bueno por ti, la creencia puede cambiar.
This is very interesting. So, when when this kind of experiences for you because of your nearness to such an individual is highly and beautifully understood through the words of Dada with reference to discharge. That discharge is applicable to you, to Marcela, as well it is applicable to him. This is a fact. And you cannot change it, but you can certainly make a phone call to the Amapura inside, you see, the pure one. And to the extent that Marcela was the Nimitin, in any way, you know, while you are sending the internal appeal to the Amapura within him, wherever he is, or, you know, that please, if I in any way have been an instrumental in igniting that kashai within you, please forgive me. That is no longer who I am. I have no intent, no such intentions. See? And you give
Ujú.
me the energy because there is that human being, and then there is the Amapura that is eternal. So you ask for the energies from the eternal source, not from a temporary source. There is nothing. Everybody is a beggar in this world. Nobody can do anything for each other. Everybody forgets the most amazing source of everything that exists within. You said to within. Hmm. Those human beings, you know. Hmm?
Yes.
Hmm. Yes.
Eh, eh, que- a ver, esta persona estar cerca de esta persona es una descarga y es una descarga para las dos. Entonces, no lo puedes cambiar, ¿no? Pero sí eres un límite, ¿no? Entonces, Marcela puedes hacer una llamada telefónica, llamar al alma pura de otra persona, ¿no? Y pedir para iluminar, pedirle a la fuente original de energía que, que, que le dé el conocimiento,
Mhm.
¿no? Y olvidarte de qué es lo más importante. O sea, lo que sucede es que nos olvidamos de qué es lo más importante. Lo más importante es el ser.
Mhm. Yeah, yes, 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 Gabi.
Esa acción que dices, Chuda, la podemos apoyar más aún si hacemos pratikraman.
We can support what Marcela is sharing with Praktikraman.
Yes, Pratikraman only to the extent where if you had a role in kind of worsening his hatred, you know. Hmm? If she
Praktikraman
had,
únicamente es si de alguna manera compartís el rechazo a las otras razas.
Y
Pratikraman
si
is.
surge, y si
Mhm.
surge el juicio respecto de esa persona que está odiando.
¿Te surge el juicio sobre esa persona que está odiando? Es la pregunta. Gaby have such kind of eh, ¿cómo
Judgment.
fue la palabra que usaste? Que te
Lo
Judgment.
produce.
mismo que si
Uh,
Marcela o yo,
She,
Damian,
si
Damian,
she,
Marcela
she have.
let Damian speak, please. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Si yo
Okay.
¿Cómo es la
enjuicio
pregunta,
a esa
Gaby?
persona, que si yo enjuicio a esa persona, digo, hoy qué atroz que sea tan, que odie tanto. Si lo enjuicio, ahí yo tengo que hacer pratikraman, ¿no? O sea, mi archivo uno tiene que hacer
My
pratikraman.
own judgment of that person's judgment, for that, do I have to say to do pratikraman? I
No.
am judging the other, the
Yeah.
judge of the other person.
Yeah. So this is this. Um, no, because you can see it. You see, you can see that now there is that and that Marcella has described such such a fault. You are getting involved in the fault. You see. And yet you can see that, you get colored because this is the thing. The world colors you left and right, throws all kinds of colors on you through their opinions. The media does that by telling you all kinds of fake news and everything. Every politician is throwing his gallons and, big tanks of um, colors over the people. The money buys all of the media and the billboards, and this is what is happening in this world. But yeah, we have the column number 3 and the column number 4, of our 9 columns, you see. So you're aware, if Gabi is in agreement or Gabi gets affected by these sort of things, you're aware that Gabi is getting affected, and that awareness is who you are. The awareness is what who you are. You know, this awareness is your light, Gabi, and Gabi, is gullible, or is Gabi gets affected. So there is that. If you can see that, that's fine. Because you can't get involved, about something that has got no connection with you. The only connection is the one with the one who is nearest to you, which is this Gabi, you see. Uh, you understand? So, no,
Sí,
you don't have
es
to do
que
pratikraman, you see.
Mm.
entonces no
Eh,
entiendo por qué se supone que el pratikraman es para limpiar cuando el archivo uno ve a los demás en falta.
Espera, porque te paso la traducción. Eh, lo que él dice es que Marcela está describiendo algo, ¿no? Que es
Claro,
una falta, y tú te involucras. Y todo esto es como que incide en tus opiniones, como que colorea. Y estamos siendo coloreados constantemente por las noticias falsas, por todas
claro,
las cosas que pasan alrededor nuestro. Pero vos lo podés ver. Si lo ves,
claro.
no hace falta que hagas practicaman, porque vos estás viendo que Gaby se siente afectada por esto que pasa. ¿No? Y trae esto del calam número 3 y 4 para que no te afectas. Tu conciencia ve que Gaby se afecta en estas situaciones. Está separada, entonces no hay
Sí,
necesidad de hacer practicaman. Y tampoco tenés una conexión con esta persona.
ya, pero si Gaby lo enjuicia y
Bueno,
dice que,
Gaby
que
está viendo,
tremendo,
pero
qué
vos,
tremendo que es Trump,
pero
qué
lo ve,
horrible que es este, qué horrible que es este otro, que si está así ve las noticias y mientras las ve aparece el juicio de lo
sí, claro,
horroroso que son todos.
pero vos estás viendo, tu ser
Ya,
ve
entonces ahí no
a
le digo a
Gaby
ella que haga
que se
pratikraman,
Okay.
afecta.
listo,
Yeah, it's
dale,
Patricia.
ya,
Yes,
dale,
Damian, what is she saying? Where is
ok.
God? Davi saying?
Gary is talking about judgment that she's telling us that she has to do pratikraman for her judgments.
Well, Gavi has to do it. We have not even if Gavi has to do, there is no conflict. You see, there is nothing conflict. If you just say this, Gavi has to do, because Gavi
Claro,
has prejudices and intense. This what Marcela described is in the other gentleman is an intense prejudice. You see, it is an opinion that has become cemented layer after layer of these things through experiences in life. He has seen, plus he gets here, he hears this, hears this, limited knowledge of 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 the nature of human beings. You see, no human being is Muslim by birth or Christian by birth or or Hindu by birth. He becomes one of these because his parents say, you are a Muslim, you have to study this. You know, you have to become, you have to, now you are a Christian, you have to just stay with this, don't go outside this church, you see. So all of these things are just created. You see, these are all relative religions, they are temporary religions, they are manipulated by the intellect of the people who share these words. You see, this did not exist in the heart of the Lord. This did not exist in Muhammad or in Jesus or in the hearts of Lord Krishna. This is the problem, you see. The words of the Lord are being used for political purposes, for gains, of for feeding the kashais, not for helping human beings, you
yes.
see. Yeah, Gavi, so this is how, prejudices happen, you see. And like as I said, of the person of other ethnicity, and these such ethnicities exist within every part of the world because it's a globalized world now, you see. Uh, because, but if these people are given a chance to eat their bread in peace and do their work, they do amazing things for the community and for the people. But if they are branded as criminals from the very get go, from the very beginning, they have no and projected in the media as such, then there is no escape for those people. They have, this is how the world is operating, you see. you know they've taken people who have lived in this country in America for years and years. They take them away forcibly and take them to Africa, which is not their country, continent at
Mm,
all, you see. This
mm.
kind of cruelty, this is what we say, an increasingly violent world, increasingly violent world.
Yes.
And we, all of us, even before the Gnan Vidhi, the Dada gives us the Navakalams, to really kind of, this is the great pratikraman. Every column will show you where you have been wrong, as Gabi or as Shuddha or as Reinhold, each one of us where we are wrong. And now we say, wow, yes, I'm not in this. You say, well, I'm not part of this. Yes, dear
Mhm.
Gabi. So yes, you're right. Gabi has these thoughts. Gabi has to do pratikraman.
Yes,
And you have to be present while Gabi is doing this. Yo,
yes, yes,
Somapura,
yes,
I'm
yes.
watching you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you know
yes,
it all.
yes.
Yes, okay.
No,
All
no,
right, yeah.
eso no está en juego.
What's that? Is
Bueno, la respuesta es que Gaby tiene prejuicio de opiniones formadas, ¿no? Estos son eh, es poder ver esto, que son conocimientos que fueron cimentados por lo externo, es como en las religiones. Cuando naces en una religión te dicen, bueno, vos sos musulmán, vos sos cristiano, vos sos de la religión que hayas nacido. Y esto es algo que fue impuesto por los padres, por las religiones que de alguna manera manipulan a las personas por una cuestión política, lo que fuera. Pero esto no existía en el interior de Cristo ni de Mohammed. Esto lo usaron las personas en el mundo con otros fines. Los temas étnicos son globales, ¿no? Y hay personas que hacen grandes cosas para su gente y son proyectadas en los medios, pero no tienen otra salida. Este, Dice, han sacado en este mundo de violencia, sacaban a la gente de África y se la llevaban para esclavizarlos. Y bueno, hay que estar con estos 9 calams que ver estos 9 calams, ¿no? Que nos muestran dónde estamos equivocados. Y estar muy claros que no somos parte de estos y sí estar presentes en que somos alma pura. Y que Gaby, bueno, hagas practicrama y que tu alma pura esté allí presente.
Vale.
okay.
Gracias.
All right. So now, very good. Now let us, it's probably time for us to take a little break here, huh?
Ok,
About 10 minutes, huh?
ok.
All
10
right.
minutos de recreo. Thank you, Sudha.
Thank you, huh? Jai
Thank
Sachidan.
you, Georgie.
Jai Sachidanand,
Jai
Sudha.
Sachidan. Jai Sachidan.
Qué lindo.
Pati,
Sí,
linda, quiero hacer una pregunta muy cortita, chuda. Y muy simple. Quiero saber si el juicio de o de mi archivo 1 hacia algún Mahatma es más grave. Ahí tengo que decirle a mi archivo 1 que haga algo más especial,
ok.
o un pratikrama más especial, o el mismo pratikrama. O eso.
Shuddha Gabi has a question.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to know if Gabi has some kind of opinion or prejudice for some Mahatma, if there is a special practikrama or what has to do.
No, as soon as it comes in, you know, now this behind the special opinion is a kashai in Gabi, you see. Usually it's a kashai of pride. You see,
Right.
I am something,
Yes.
she is not, or he is not, or, you know. So
Yes.
it's a kashai of pride, you see.
Mm.
Now, you know, and it is it is easy. There are so many ways of looking at it. Really, this, you know, Agnas is the best way. By real viewpoint, really is a pure soul like I am. And this is a problem with Gabi. Gabi has a problem with, you know, there is
Yes.
something wrong, something that is wrong inside Gabi that makes her see the fault of the other person, you see, you
Yes.
know, and that is usually for us all, as especially when it is Mahatmas, it is a it's a kashai of pride, man, you see, it's a
Mm.
pride kashai,
Yes.
you know.
Mm.
So there was Gabi wanted to do something, that person prevented you from doing it. You could not complain about it, you know, and then it just kind of stayed inside or whatever. You see, it has so many manifestations. You see,
Mm.
before in the world, we used to have these kashais of pride with the rest of the world. Now our circle has become Mahatmas, you see, and we
Mm.
see them again and again, and you know, we see what they are doing, and we forget uh, the doer, the real doer, you see, the real,
Mm.
you know, and so, you know, we slip out of the agnas, you know, he's doing it, there she is doing it, there again she is
Mm.
doing this, you see,
Mm.
and it
Mm.
just kind of multiplies inside. So the faulty vision uh, puts layers of initially soft mud over that opinion, and
Mm.
and then it becomes cemented. But you know, whether it is the layer of mud or the layer of cement, it's it doesn't matter, you know, because you can see it. You can see it. And the seeing is means you can see that this is happening to Gabi. And who is Gabi? Then this complex under the influence of circumstances. This is not new stuff that is happening. It's a past life thing, you see. You know? So you are able to see that underlying all of these opinions, there are some kashais or some kind of kashai going on, you know, usually of pride only, you see.
Yes.
You know, usually of pride. And then sometimes greed enters into this pride. I I I want to take over. I want to take over, you see.
Yes.
And then the greed comes in. So this greed
Mm.
only multiplies it much more, you see. It throws you away from this magnificent ocean of bliss that you are. It throws you away from this
Mm.
beautiful time, precious
Mm.
time to really bless this other human being. Go, you do it. Yes, I'm glad you're doing it. You do it. Yeah. Give all the energies to her. Yes, do it good. And you'll find an amazing release, an amazing release inside, amazing freedom. You want to know it? Yeah, please, you know, you just, you don't run with them, you don't run faster with them, you just continue at your own pace. They want to run fast with you. You don't know, you just be who you are, just be who you are. It's a very good question, Gabi. Yeah, see why it's happening. Initially, of course, you've done the pratikramans, but it's still not going away. And so then you have to find out what is it inside Gabi, not in me.
Yeah, yes.
What's going on inside Gabi?
Yes.
Yes, eh? If that same person was your sister, you'd be happy. Yes, you do it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Only time. The whole time.
Yeah.
No.
We all encounter this in the work of Dada, or among Mahatmas. Initially, I had this feeling that I had a sense that I know it, I can do it better, or I can say it better, or whatever. But then this Gnan grew inside, and the words of our Niruma in the Jagat Kalyan Vidhi, the Vidhi of Jagat Kalyan that we do on Guru Purnima Day, kind of grow inside. That let me see the nimit only, May I continue to see the nimit only. These are all nimits. I don't want to see him as so and so or so and so. Nimit means no garbage. Just nimit. He is one of the evidences, or she is one of the evidences. Hmm?
Thank you.
Yes. Bueno. Eh, a la pregunta de Gaby es que ahora, luego de ver cuál es la opinión, hay que ver cuál es el kashai que está moviendo esto desde abajo, ¿no? Por lo general es el orgullo, ¿no? Como que yo soy algo, pero lo más fácil es recordar que la otra persona es alma pura y yo también. Algo en Gaby hay algo que usualmente está dentro de Gaby, ¿no? Es que está dentro de Gaby, ¿no? Y esto es como con el mundo, ¿no? También está sucediendo con el mundo de los Mahatmas. Y olvidamos ver a veces cómo es que suceden las cosas. Son eh, son capas, ¿no? Y esta capa trae barro, después se cimenta, y no importa lo que ves, porque lo estás viendo qué le sucede a Gaby y bajo qué influencia circunstancial están sucediéndose en la vida, ¿no? Y casi todo tiene que ver con el orgullo, pero también está la codicia. La codicia entra y dice, yo tomaré esto, lo voy a hacer, como que lo haré mejor, y entonces estas clases de pensamientos o situaciones es como que sacan afuera de este océano de dicha. Y entonces tienes que bendecir a la otra persona, y bueno, que lo siga haciendo, que lo hace bien, ¿no? Como apoyarla que siga adelante. Y esto te da una maravillosa libertad interna. No trates de correr más rápido que el otro, sigue tu paso, sé quién verdaderamente eres. Y bueno, esta es una muy buena pregunta. Bueno, todo, en este caso la pregunta la estás haciendo vos, así que todo está en Gaby. Entonces, siento que que puedo, por ejemplo, que ayuda le pasa, dice, oh, yo esto lo podría decir mejor, pero inmediatamente surge el Gnan, ¿no? Surge desde el interior con el Vidi del Guru Purmina. Entonces dice que, que, que no quiere ver esto y solo ve las evidencias.
Yeah, nimit, you see, just a nimit. And
Solo
yeah,
son limits.
yeah, this the kind of questions you're asking. These are actually the kind of questions that a lot of Mahatmas have in the special session that is reserved for people who were doing seva, the service, after the function is over, the Gnanvidhi process is over, every people go home. Now the seva people, they meet with the Gnani, and this is the common theme, they have, you see, they have, you know, where, everybody is there to kind of do the work of Dada. Everybody is trying to do the same work, and all of you have a very major event coming up in with the Gnani, you see. So these things, the conflicts that arise, but these conflicts come to a head, but behind it is for your benefit, because it's there for you to be able to see where I am wrong in this. What's going on inside me, you see? What's going on inside me that's making me see this, you see? I mean, it is a lifetime of practice of seeing only the body or the person, bypassing. Now we have the exactness of vision, which is the body is temporary, is not going to be there. All of these things is nonsense. It's nothing, it's useless, worthless, it's wasting my time. The real thing is to see the beauty of the gathering of all of this enlightened ones, the awakened ones of Dada, Mahatmas, um, pure souls, everybody here because they want to do something more than they were able to do on their own, They want to do something much more. They want to accomplish something much more than your own daily work and your daily bank balance or whatever, you see. This is more, you see. This is natural seva.
Yes. Dice que esto que sacás es algo que es muy común en los Mahatmas, y sobre todo cuando están en Seva, ¿no? Después que termina el Seva, que termina en el evento, que después de toda la gente se fue, se juntan con el Nani y comentan todo esto. Y tratan la intención es estar el mejor Seva posible, pero bueno, estos kashais surgen, pero son beneficiosos para nosotros porque podemos ver qué hay dentro nuestro, podemos ver nuestros propios kashais. Entonces, bueno, si los vemos, entonces
Mhm.
avanzar. Este, y no vale la pena perder el tiempo hay personas que dicen, bueno, no quiero perder el tiempo con esto. Es ver lo bello de estar con otros Mahatmas, de poder estar en presencia de todas estas almas puras. Y es más allá del trabajo diario, de cocinar, trabajar, es un seva mayor. El seva es algo mayor.
And in this kind of a situation, a few kind, sincere words to that person saying, I'm so glad you're doing this. I, you know, I want you to know that I give you all my energies, that I pray for you too, so that you can do very good and much more, will completely melt the other person, completely clear this artificial stuff that is arising, this useless, burning that is happening inside, you see, Gabi? Mm, mm,
Ujú.
mm.
Este, mm, Por ejemplo, podés tener unas palabras con esa persona que te produce esto y decirle que la verdad que soy muy feliz de que hagas esto, rezo por ti, por tu seva, y estas palabras pueden derretir cualquier situación que exista en la otra persona y en
Mm.
ti también.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, this. Okay, so let us continue. Oh, our time flies. We got a little bit of time, so let me just go back here. Uh,
Sudha, I never have been in Gurupurmina. I would like to know the Vidi of Gurupurmina. Is that possible, or I have to be present there
I think it's
to receive?
possible. I think it's possible. It is. Because you're not the only one. A lot of you have not been able to attend not only Guru Purnima but even any of the functions, the major functions in in India, which is the Janma Jayanti, where also this Vidhi of Jagat Kalyan, this Vidhi of salvation of the world. It's a very beautiful long Vidhi. It's about a 28 minutes Vidhi that we all recite on the day of the Guru Purnima after the special message of the Gnani, you see. I think it is possible. uh, you have the Gnani coming there. You can
Ask him.
ask him, because you see this is a very, you can say, look, we are landlocked, we are so far away, we can't come to India, we can't come to Guru Purnima, and this is where you have the Jagat Kalyan Vidhi. Is it possible, sir, our dear Gnani, is it possible that you can somehow share it through some of our main people here, and we will be, so that we only share it with those who have not attended such a vidhi, you see, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yes, perfect.
we play it with Spanish translation, you see, or something, so that I'm sure he will be happy to give it to you, you see. So you have it,
Okay.
it's very beautiful because it's written by Niruma during her progress, during her Purusharth days. She was going very heavy, deep into it. And yeah, so the Gnani reserves it, but he has said it, he's recited it so many times over the years on all Guru Purnimas. Uh, this Vidhis, there is one Vidhi of Brahmacharya, especially, and there is another Vidhi of Jagat Kalyan. But those are all related. But the most important is the Vidhi of Jagat Kalyan, or the salvation, helping others, you see. And so you
Mhm.
can say that you have been involved in helping others ever since, you have been involved in writing down and giving the question for so many years now, but you have not been able to attend any one of these special times when the Gnani is delivering the Jagat Kalyan Vidhi. And but we are attending all the satsangs, we are sincere, we are translating his work, etc. So, can we please have it? We will not share it openly. We will share it with those who have not participated in this, you see. And
Mhm.
there are, and then you single out, with Damian and your group here, you single out, specifically invite those people to join, you see,
Mhm.
and then you play it,
Yes, I will do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
I
yeah.
will ask him. Yes.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful. I will mark this page here where we stopped today.
Please, which page?
Okay, hold on. So let me just
82?
share it again. This page here. And this is page 82, and we have Yeah, we have stopped here. You see, somewhere in the
Yes.
page 82 top, top of page 82.
Yes.
All right. And so we stop there. And it's been wonderful to be with you today, all.
Yes.
It's always wonderful because, we gather here as the energy of who we really are, self energy, visions, swa, Gnan, Darshan, and Sukh. Swa, Gnan, Darshan, Sukh. Swa, knowledge of the self, Swa, experience of the self, and bliss of the self. Swa, Gnan, Darshan, Sukh. Only the I with all of these things. And we are with, therefore, it's a fantastic gathering. And when this gathering is over, we still, the gift and the beauty of this energy continues with it. This energy, with every satsang that rises, happens, it never gets depleted. The more, the more you share, the more it becomes yours only. You see, it's like the ocean. You can never empty the ocean. It's just, it's full. It's always full. You see,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and that is who we are, my friends. Yeah. Shuddha
Bueno,
yeah.
vamos a terminar aquí, y nos quedamos con esta hermosa dicha interior que no se acaba y si nos llena.
Mhm.
Chisachitanand
Yeah,
Shuddha.
yeah,
Dana
yes.
Shuddha.
Jai
Cecilia,
Sachitanand.
Rosie,
Thank you,
Jai
thank
yeah,
Sachidana
you.
Sudha. Thank you.
Carlos
Thank you.
and Sandra, Arman,
Jai
Devdasi, yeah,
Sachitanand.
yes,
Jai
yeah,
Satchidananda.
such
Jai
a,
Satchidanand
Jai
Sudha. Jai
Sachidanand
Jai
Sudha.
Satchidanand.
Sachidanand,
Jai Sachidanand
Arman,
a
Sachitanand.
todos.
Carlos, and everyone,
Jai
yeah.
Jai
Todos, every,
Satchidanand.
Sachitanand Mahatmas.
Mahatmas.
Jai
Yeah.
Satchidanand. Gracias, Patri. Jai
Yeah.
Satchidanand.
Gracias a todos por estar. Gracias, gracias.
Thank you, Damian and Patri and everyone here. Okay.
Amén.
Let's see, stop. How do you stop recording? How do I stop? It's recording still. Let me just end.